Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this episode of RTHD tutorials, I want to show you guys, and it's actually a review of a cloud service known as Backblaze. And this is an actual review in which I have actually signed up for backup, unlimited backup. And this is the website, backblaze.com/cloud backup. And if you are interested in it, please have check on the description below for a link. You could click on that link and you should be able to sign up for it. Now, usually on this, of course, on the channel, we don't normally sell things, but in this case, this is not really me selling. This is me more reviewing because I am actually quite pleased with this service. It all started when I was looking, of course, to back up my computer, and many of you may be wondering why even bother to pay for such a service. I mean, you have hard drives, you have external hard drives, you have USB sticks, you have all these different things that you can use to back up your data. But the challenge I have is because I'm, of course, a creator doing mostly videos, sometimes photos. I store literally terabytes of data. And if you are a creator or someone that has many, a large stash of files and you need a safe place to back up, I would not suggest that you just back up to hard disk drives. There's a lot of issues when it comes to backing up with a hard disk drive. One of the main issues is that you cannot cater for the fact if a drive were to fall and damage, of course you won't be able to get back your data. Also, if there's a fire of any sort, God forbid, of course your data would be most likely destroyed. But if it's in the cloud, like what Backblaze actually offers, you can actually restore that data, thankfully, because of it. Now, this is actually one of the cheapest services out there, but I would suggest that it is quite reputable. And as we go through, I'm going to show you my backup server and we'll have a look at how it performs bandwidth wise and storage wise, etc. as we go along. So the good news is that Backblaze, it backs up unlimited. So one of the things we don't have to worry about is whether we will run out of backup space. And that's why I think for creators this is going to be a really good return on investment, because they charge $6 per month, but they also have a special price of $60 per year. Now, previously they charged $50 a year and they raised to $60 a year, which I think is quite fine. $10 increase within, and they have been in business for, I believe, 5 to 10 years. So, I mean, these guys seem to know what they're doing, and they offer a really great product. $60 a year is generally less than a 1 or 2 terabyte drive, with the additional option, of course, and safety of it being somewhere else, and of course being most likely redundantly backed up. With that being said, so yeah, I took this $60 a year plan. I have been using it for about 2 weeks so far, and I've been so pleased that I decided to create this video. So there's different options, but we will be focusing on the personal backup option for $60. And what I have here is I want to show you a live preview of what's happening in the background, which is what you're seeing here is you see a little bit of black on both sides. I'm sorry about that, but this is actually my VNC window. I'm remoting into another computer which I set up as my backup computer. It's a simple computer, and all it does is pretty much connects. So I have all my USB drives connected here. At this point, I'm backing up one at a time. So you'll notice this F drive is on, and this F drive is my backup drive. So you see Western Digital, My Passport, and you should be familiar, hopefully, with the USB passport drives. If not, it's pretty much a normal standard USB drive that you hook up to your computer, and that's what I did. So I installed this software, and what you see here is the software, and it's saying it's currently backing up newer files. I don't know why it has the warning sign, but I know it's doing its job. So what I want to show you guys is this drive is 1.5 terabytes of data stored on this drive, and I have been backing up for a little less than 2 weeks, and I have backed up if you could count this, 618,000 files. Of course, all of these files are not large, but they are quite you know, there are quite a number of photos and even smaller files than that, but photo files and video files. And I have been backing that up, and I have literally backed up over 1 terabyte. So as you can see, this is my remaining amount that needs to back up. So I have 252 files remaining, and those files are taking up 497 gigabytes. So it's taking up a lot of space. Most likely these are my video files. As you can see here, the MP4 files, DJI files, which are my video files, like from the Osmo Action, the Osmo Mobile, etc. So yeah, I've backed up 1 terabyte so far, and there has been no complaints. Of course, they have not complained at all. And what I want to explain as well too in the process is what I've noticed is that how this software works. It goes through the entire drive, and it sort of chooses the smaller files first. I'm not too sure why it does that, but I guess for efficiency somehow it does that. So what it does, it chooses the smaller files. So all of my small files have been uploaded, and I'm just waiting to upload the larger files. I would have preferred my larger files really, or files to be in order by directory, but this is not a deal breaker for me, and I hope that it's not going to be a deal breaker for you as well. So yeah, it uploads pretty much everything. So I'm expecting that I will have my 1.5 terabytes uploaded, and then I'm going to go and upload another 3 or 4 terabytes of data as well from another drive that I have. What I'm going to show you guys really quickly is the fact that this stuff is backed up. It also means that you have access to the files that are stored in the cloud. So if I head over to my account, I can actually restore files. So I can go to View, Restore Files, and here you have the option. You have many options, but the free option is to download the file, right? So if you're on another computer, for example, and you want to download this file, you could download the file. And as it says here, you can download files directly, or you can download files. It will prepare a zip file and be kept for 7 days. You have other options though. You have other paid options, which is the B2 option. That is cloud storage buckets, which I'm not going to explain. You have an option of paying for a flash drive if you want to, a USB hard drive. But the main thing is, what I was concerned is the fact that I was worried I'd have to pay if I have needed to download the files because of the cheap price. But no, you don't. So it's really great. You just select to download, and you click continue with restore. And when you select download, it actually opens up this area here that shows you where your files are. So I'm going to go to my F drive, which is the drive that I have my files that I want. I have my backup folder, which has some of my the projects that I do, and I choose the folder that I want. I go to my photos folder here, and I can actually download, for example, this image here. And what's nice, it actually gives you a display, which I thought was really cool as well, because I didn't expect that. You could actually get a display of your image, and then you just click download. And that's it, guys. It's downloading, and I just want to show you it's here. And now I have back my backup. All right, now I'm going to delete that because I'm not going to use that. But I'm just showing you guys how easy this thing works, and the fact that it actually does what it says it will do. Of course, you have to have patience if you're going to download, if you're going to upload a lot of files. And as you can see, it's saying again that it has backed up a lot of the files, and they only have 252. So it actually gives you an update. So the thing is, if you were like, you know, let's say you're on vacation and you still have your backup happening, you know, at home, you can actually come and log in here and see the progress of your backups. So that was kind of cool as well. So overall, that's mostly what I wanted to show you guys. But let me go back one more step to show you guys some of the settings that you can control as well too on Backblaze. And what's really nice about this, of course, I'm a techie, and these things don't really bother me or confuse me, but at the same time, for those of you who may not be techies, this is why I recommend it, because it's really simple. You just literally install the software, put in your you don't even have to put in your login information. It does that once you're signed up, and you just install the software and you just click backup. And it also keeps an eye on your drives, so if you change anything on your drives, it's going to back up that as well. What I want to show you guys, before I get into settings, I want to show you guys really quickly the upload speeds, because I think people were concerned about the upload speeds. I can say that I have been getting my full upload. Now, if you look here, you'll see send, and that's my upload, and receive is my download. We're not going to be using receive so much because we're uploading files, we're backing it up to the cloud. And as you can see, 12.6 megabits, 12.4 varies a little bit, but that is my maximum upload speed for my internet connection. So this thing maxes out my upload, which is great. It means that it's going to try to get your files onto the cloud as quick as possible. You can adjust it, and that is what I want to show you guys in the settings as well. So I'm assuming that if I had 20 or 30 megabits per second, it probably would max it out as well. I don't see a bottleneck with the network. I don't see them blocking anything. One of the things you have to remember is when you're backing up small files, it will not send those very fast because they're just too small to send at megabit speeds. But other than that, it's really good. Now I'm gonna show you guys what the settings is if you ever want to have a look at it. So you can select the drives that are on the computer that you want to back up. You can warn me when you have not backed up in 7 days. That's nice. So it does network tests for itself. Of course, you said the name of the computer. What I want to show you guys is performance. So you have the option where you allow the system, the software, to determine your threading and throttling. And what that pretty much means is that if you like using the computer at the same time, you don't want to use all of your bandwidth, so it will throttle while you are working on the computer, and then when you get off the computer, it's going to throttle it back up and allow the uploads to continue to resume at the highest possible speeds. So I didn't even have to interfere really with that. You can of course schedule how you schedule the backups. You can exclude certain files. Sometimes you don't want certain files to be backed up, and they do a good job of adding default files that you don't want to be backed up. For example, your program files, etc. Those files, while you can back it up, you'll probably need the installers when you have to reinstall. So it doesn't make sense to back up those files. It doesn't make sense to back up your recycle bin, for example. So that's what it's doing here. And it's just basically the files that you don't really need are the files that, and you can always remove that according to how you feel, whatever you feel is important to you. But pretty much it gets rid of all the hard work of having to go through and find out where these things are. And you could also tell it to not back up certain file extensions. I'm just going into detail. I mean, you know, for many of us this is not really super important, but it's important for people like me because I do virtual machine backups, and I needed to make sure the file was not here, and so I resolved that very easily. It has encryption as well, so you can actually encrypt your data, but you will have to remember the key or else you will not be able to restore your data. And then it shows you what's going to get backed up and report issues, etc. And that is pretty much it. So it's been about, as I said, 2 weeks, and I'm really pleasantly surprised. And for the same price of $60, I wouldn't have the peace of mind knowing that it was on a hard disk drive, which could be broken, which could be damaged physically. But I'm much happier that it's in a totally different country altogether, backed up and saved. And if it's not if you are in the US, well, it's going to be the same country but in a different region, and your data is going to be saved. So for $60, when I looked at it, when I calculated the cost, especially the size of the drives that I would need, if I were to have a backup at home, I would need to buy 2 extra drives, and that would cost me at least $200 US. And while that might be, as I said, safe, it's not going to be safe in the long run for me. And also I gain, of course, the remote access features that in case I ever need to get a file restored very quickly if I'm out, for example. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this. Please, again, if you want to sign up, I do have an affiliate link. It will help the channel out, but it's cool if you don't use it. It's totally fine. But the link is in the description below. Once again, thank you so much for viewing. I hope that this helps a creator outside there, because as I said, this is not a paid advertisement in any way. I only signed up for the affiliate link before actually coming on here. So I would recommend it. It seems pretty good, and it also supports macOS as well. With that being said, please make sure to like and subscribe, And I'll see you guys again soon on another episode of RTHD coming to your YouTube screen near you. Take care. Bye bye.